live. Hi, how you doing? Beauty and the Beat Radio. We got our guests coming in right now. We about to get it started. It's Black History Month. It's Beauty and the Beat Radio. Come on in, Ben. We got Ben Franklin, artist, writer, musician, producer extraordinaire. How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
You're doing well?
That's right.
That's what's up. We just had, what, Super Bowl weekend this past weekend? What was going on this week? Did you watch Super Bowl?
Yeah, I watched it. It was disappointing.
Disappointing. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos. I know everybody isn't a fan, but you know.
Yeah, I wanted Cam to win.
I know, and he wanted himself to win. He kind of didn't appreciate losing.
No, he didn't.
I saw Snoop Dogg in the fan room or the press room, and he has his show. So he asked him, he said, "Do you think the little kid in you outweighs the man in you?" And I was like, ooh, that was kind of a good question, just because, a lot of times it's kind of hurtful to win, and they had all these things going on. But congratulations to, what'd you think of the halftime show? Back to music.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the halftime show was genius. I kind of became a Beyonce fan again.
Formation.
Yeah, that was like really, really cool to see. Especially being black. It was like awesome. Like finally, she's kind of like giving us a shout out. I know we just crazy.
She was giving us super. Black Panther. Wait a minute, she said, "I got hot sauce in my bathwater." I was like, ah.
She from my city too, man. So.
What?
I'm from Houston.
Are you? I thought you were from Alaska.
I was.
Wait a minute,
Okay, I got to give you the story now.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I did a little research. I thought you was from Alaska. You from Houston?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, H-Town.
H-Town. I was born in Alaska.
Okay.
And family was in the military, so
Okay.
we moved out towards Texas once my parents divorced. And
okay.
yeah, man, she's from H-Town, man. Like literally, like a couple of blocks from where I grew up at.
Okay.
Yeah.
H-Town, Beyonce. So, I think they did that. I think it was good that they mixed it up and didn't have just one person. I think if it was Coldplay by himself, I think we kind of would have been like there. But then the homage to past, performers and things like that. And Beyonce dropped her single. She announced her tour, and they said that it was almost, I don't know if it's sold out or what have you, but just all those people watching, it's like instantly ticket sales is like through the roof.
Yeah, she's our Michael Jackson. Me and my boys, we talk about all the time about, who's what. It's because history repeats itself, and I really do feel like she is our Michael Jackson. Like, she has that power.
She does. She just kind of owns the stage all the time. So have you ever you've worked with some amazing people. Have you ever worked with Beyonce?
I've never worked with Beyonce. I've never, I gotta say it again, make sure it's on record. I've never worked with Beyonce, but I've worked with a lot of talented artists and musicians and producers over the years.
You have. I see. We have something. Do we have something? This is the engineer. How you doing, LeBron? This is our engineer. He doesn't speak.
Hey, what's up, LeBron? How you doing, baby? You doing all right? Hey, you chilling. That's what's up.
He's
That's what
chilling.
I'm talking about.
He chills in the cut, boy. But we have something. I think we have something for Mr. Ben Franklin of his work. I didn't send you something. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, okay. He's gonna do it. But no, you've worked with some amazing, from the Baby Faces. You've scored music for film, television. What would you think is your most comfort zone? Do you have a comfort zone because you're a writer, you're an artist? What is your comfort zone with music? Do you have one?
My comfort zone would have to be just singing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so being an artist yourself is your comfort zone.
Yes, and I feel like when you get around other creative people, other artists, except you kind of, I know it's like a weird thing that happens. It's like you're sharing the same consciousness. I know what you're thinking. You know what I'm thinking. Let's bounce ideas. And you kind of have fun dancing around that thought. So.
How do you feel with R&B? Like, you write for other artists, correct?
Correct.
Like you write music as well as the words and lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's always these things when you come to hip hop where you didn't write your lyrics, or it's like a big deal in hip hop where you didn't. But in R&B, I don't find it that competitive in that sense that you want to share your music and your artistry with other artists. Would you find that to be true?
I find that to be absolutely true. I think now, back in the day, it was competition back in like Prince and Michael Jackson days.
Right.
It was just like, James Brown kind of brought that whole kind of atmosphere. It's just like, hey man, you better show up and show out.
Show out.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you will get booed and you're not going to sell any records. Now I feel like it's just not to that level again. But it's a lot of great music out there.
Right. So is the Grammys are coming up. I know you have some upcoming performances and appearances going on. You've been Grammy nominated. Is Grammy a goal for you?
Absolutely.
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 Okay. So what have you been nominated for? With what work have you been nominated for?
I've been nominated for Booker T. Jones' Sound the Alarm. That was produced by the Avila Brothers and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. That's family. You know, those are my mentors. And we were nominated for Best R&B Performance with Anthony Hamilton off that record.
Okay.
And yeah, that was definitely a life-changing situation right there. Yeah.
So does that make everybody pay attention and say, "Oh, we want him to listen to our music"? Or whatever? Is that, does the hotline bling once you get nominated? Like, I just want to know, because like there's so much talk with the Oscars, with the diversity conversation and stuff. We do have the Oscars for film and stuff coming up, and they were saying, you know, Halle Berry was like, "Oh, well, you know, it's not like my phone was ringing off the hook once I received her Oscar or what have you." So when it comes to music, once you get nominated, is it a different, you know, is there a different level of your artistry when people approach you about working with you? Is there a different level, do you think?
Absolutely. It seems like it's like, you know, you get some artists, you know, that's like, "Oh my God, you know, you've been nominated for a Grammy. Oh man, I definitely need you to work on my project. I need you to just give me everything you got."
Right.
But majority of the time, you get a lot of artists like, "Hey man, I can't afford you."
Oh, okay.
You know, you get that thing going on.
Well, that's why you have people to talk to, people, to talk to your people. Because, you know, you kind of don't want to be involved in the money thing. It's like, I cost this much. Now, can you get with my people and y'all work something out?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, but you know, business, you know,
business is business. You got to handle the business.
Yeah, it always gets crazy, you know, and, you know, which kind of moves me into this area now as being an artist and releasing my project.
Okay, so what are you working on for, it's 2016 now?
Yes.
What are you working on? What do you have upcoming?
Well, what I have upcoming is my new Untitled album, which I'm pretty much writing and producing now with my team of individuals that's sitting all over there.
Hey, team.
That's the whole
this
team.
Is your writing and production team?
This is everything. This is my life. This I can't
your
really
lifeline.
Put my lifeline. This is I wouldn't be able to do any of the things that I'm doing without this lifeline, the support that I have from my family, you know, and that's just really pushing, which pushes to the concept of why we're doing this record now is to kind of promote that, you know, especially in our community. You don't really see, as far as like R&B goes, a real sense of family, you know, and that's kind of like been like the underlying motivation for that.
Okay, so what is it that you have going on with, I think you do something with your intimate home jam. Do you have home jam sessions?
Home jam sessions.
Well,
yeah,
funny.
we do.
You got your team here.
Hey man, yeah, we do. Yeah, all the time, all the time. That's how, you know, generally the writing process starts. Is that we all get together.
So does the team play music?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what, like, introduce your team.
Let me introduce one thing first and foremost.
The
we got the killer right here, my wife right here, Cassandra Franklin right here.
Miss Cassandra Franklin.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Franklin.
Yeah, you don't even want to let her get on this mic because she may.
But we can. You can come on in.
Then I got my man right here, cousin Chris right here.
Hey,
my
cousin Chris.
Chris Powell right there, hip hop, you know, jazz artist. I mean, painter. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then I got the breakbeat, the heartbeat right here. Buff Billington right there.
Buff Billington?
Yeah, he's also an artist too as well. Hip hop artist.
Mr. Buff.
Yeah, so I've always been close to hip hop.
You're hip hop.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
So you mix the genres.
I have to.
Because they call you. I know your Instagram is BF the Soul Man. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so is that how you want to be perceived? Is the artist with soul? Is it R&B?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you want to?
Yeah, man. I've gone to the places where it's like, you know what? You know, because when I was growing up as a little boy, you know, we had
boy in Houston, Texas, not Alaska.
Yep.
Houston,
Right?
Texas.
And
H-Town in the building. We country Bama. I got hot sauce in my bathwater.
You know what? And she's so real with that, you know, because that was the culture, you know what I'm saying? So growing up in that, you know, we were just talking outside, you know, waking up Sunday morning hearing James Cleveland and James Moore to like Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye. I mean, just music. And then when the funk came, that was just like, I lost my mind. When I heard George Clinton, I was just like, and I heard Bootsy, I was like, okay, that's
So would that be some of your musical inspirations that led you to get into music? Absolutely.
That Bootsy Collins, Roger Troutman, Curtis Mayfield, you know, Nina Simone, you know, the real heavy in that, and Miles Davis, all the jazz stuff. And I'm kind of like confused in all kind of those genres,
But as an artist and as a producer, because I mean, when I looked at your credits, it's Rodney Jerkins, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Usher, Christina Milian, David Banner, Estelle, Babyface. I mean, the list goes on. It's like, it's such a diversity in your range. So I mean, you like a lot of music. Then we got Mr. Buff over here, this hip hop. Hey, woo woo. And then your wife right here, what your R&B? What is yours? The R&B. So I mean, you incorporate everything into your music. You're just a musical. And do you play instruments as well? Of course you do.
Absolutely.
What instruments do you play?
I play piano, guitar, and trumpet. Those are like my main instruments.
Okay, that's a good mix.
Yeah. So we're trying to switch it up a little bit.
Okay. So, do you have any? So we talked about your inspirations. Do you have any artists out there that say it would be like a dream? Like we talked about Beyonce, who you have not worked with yet.
Right.
Who y'all from the same towns? Who hint, Miss B.
Right.
Shout out to the Beehive. That Ben Franklin might want to work with you.
You need to get at me, B.
Okay.
You from the same neighborhood. You need to get at me now.
You know,
Come on.
Hey, what's up? But are there any artists that say you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Oh man.
Too many today.
Jill Scott. That would be like we were just talking about.
Perform. She was very good. Like I love her.
I mean, she just got so much soul. It's just ridiculous.
Okay.
MF Doom. We talk about because we sit and listen to him all day. Robert Glasper. You know, it'd be an honor to work with him.
Okay.
John Legend, of course.
Oh yeah. Who, while they say it's not enough diversity in the Oscars, but they did him in Common one last year for that the Selma soundtrack. I don't know the name of the song, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Glory.
Glory. Thank you, Glory. That was a great song.
Yes.
Did you like it?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, man. I feel like we need more of that. Like, you know, John is like he's like one of the generals to me. You know, when I think about John Legend, it's like, man, that's one of the ones that's like setting the pace. Him, D'Angelo. I mean, it's a long list.
I like, you know, him. Speaking of D'Angelo, what do you feel about this? Because we brought up Beyonce. I know Rihanna just recently dropped her music, Anti, which is already platinum. Congratulations to her. And Beyonce, who kind of started trending with the drop an album and don't tell nobody. Just, hey, I got my own social media. I got 30 million followers.
Right.
Let me just drop it, and y'all gonna know when I drop it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's you're not really as dependent up on the major label. I didn't ask you what your label situation is, but I think that artists more and more now are becoming more independent within themselves and releasing their projects, controlling their projects. You know, controlling the pace of what they're releasing and all of that.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel about just dropping something digitally and just letting it go?
Man, that's the only way to go.
Really?
I really feel that way. I think that is the way of the future for us as artists to crush the lines between fan and artist. You know, I think about it. I was like, man, I would have loved to text Michael Jackson and be like, man, I was feeling that bad album. You know what I'm saying?
So you could
to be able to contact. You know, I mean, I think about all my mentors and my heroes. I would have loved to talk to, you know, back then, you know, with the technology that we have now. And to be honest with you, know, the major labels, we don't need them. You know, we are the major label. You know, we are.
So do you get a lot of like, I guess, do people contact you via social media in that way? They do. Like, and you get a lot of promotion and things of that way where you can kind of control your own publicity and music and reach out yourself.
Yeah,
I've literally in contact with your own team.
Yeah, when I first released a record, we released a single last year, and we did the whole iTunes thing and the whole 9 yards, and it was whack. You know, it was just like, why are we doing this? You know, why are we giving a percentage to a company that didn't help us make this record?
Right. Okay.
And you know, they say they're a distributor, but I mean, shoot, I can send anyone an email, you know, so it didn't make any sense, you know, kind of feel like they're just playing with my head and playing with my art, so I just feel like, you know, I made a decision for myself, and I'm not doubting, you know, anybody else or putting down anybody else. I just feel that I want to know who my fans are. I want to know the names. I want to know what they like listening to. I want to know what song they didn't like.
It's like your own focus group.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, you can kind of conduct your own studies. Like, what y'all feeling right now? You have a website. Like, how do we follow you? I know you're BF the Soul Man on IG, but how do
Yeah.
people get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me with website BennyFranksMusic.com.
Okay. Benny Franks, B-E-N-N-Y.
Mm-hmm.
FranksMusic.com.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And you have such a notable name, Ben Franklin. You're on the dollar bill already. you're, I mean, 100. Excuse me, it's all about the bitches. What, did I say dollar bill?
You know what?
Talking.
It's all right.
I just want to see if y'all
It is
listening.
all right. Y'all can go ahead and
It's
crack
like you
your
on
jokes.
$100 bill.
It's all right. You know, I be hearing stuff like that. You know, and you know, it's funny. You know, we laugh about it all the time, but
that's his real name.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, I just verified it. That's your real name. You are Ben Franklin.
Yes, I am.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
It really is. And it's about change. You know, and that's it. Change. You know, that's right. Not this kind of change, but the change that we all need as a people. You know, and that's what's driving me to make this music now.
Okay. I love that. So, do you have any upcoming shows that we could talk about or promote?
Oh,
I think you
yes.
have something going on.
Absolutely.
Let us know about it.
Well, the major show that we have coming up is on the 28th of February in Phoenix, Arizona. I will be performing alongside the legendary Dick Gregory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, you know, so this is definitely on the bucket list,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. And then you have something going on tomorrow out here for the Grammy week?
You gonna bring that up?
I'm
Man, look, yes, you're supposed to. That's the real party right there.
All right.
Yeah, we're performing pre-Grammy party, red carpet,
Okay.
at the Zen Lounge.
Okay.
You know, I know you're gonna be there, right?
Of course I am. A big
better
sister.
be that good.
Shout out to Clinch Entertainment, Zen Lounge, and everybody that does that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to those guys, man, for
Mm-hmm.
inviting us to come down and rock the house, man. I'm so excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So what can we expect to hear from Ben Franklin?
Hey, man. That hot
we
butter.
already established that, right?
Yeah, that hot butter soul. That's it. It's unadulterated.
Okay.
You know, just that. You know, to bring that soul back to the West Coast. You know, this is where it was at right here. We wouldn't even have no hip hop. We went for that soul. You know, so.
Okay.
You know, so that's.
Buff, you hear that?
I agree.
Okay.
That's my man right there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So like that's what you can expect. Expect the unexpected too as well. So
Okay.
and a good time too.
A good time.
Yeah, man.
Okay, it's a fun week. It's a good time. It's LA. You got you out here. We got you coming up on the 20th in Arizona.
Yeah.
We can follow you, BF the Soul Man or BennyFranksMusic.com.
Yep.
Okay, and we got some music that we're going to play from you a little bit later. I got our wonderful, lovely